Sorry, guys. Looks like I'm starting live early. Yay. Hold on. I'm here, guys, but I'm waiting on. Sorry, guys. What's wrong? I had an issue with my Chromebook. I changed the password and couldn't get in. So I have no idea if it's up and working or not. Can you guys see me okay yet? Can you all see me? Yeah, I hope so. I will have to double check and make sure everything's okay. Oh, okay. I have an update too, but I'll let you go first. If I move to my right, you're not going to be able to see me. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah. I am very tired and I have a headache. So if I'm like not focused, you know why? Awesome, awesome. So oh yeah. The robin, every time I've taken a peek outside, has been missing. So I don't know where he's at. Oh, I'm sure he was mad, but it's better than dying. Well, there's still an egg in there. But I tried looking in with my binoculars from upstairs, and I thought I saw movement and maybe a little bit of peachiness to it. So it's possible that there's a baby. Hello, Frog 2000. I am in the process of getting set up. Well, I assume so too, but it's troubling that I haven't seen him. It's troubling that nobody is on the nest with there still being an egg. So I'm hoping. But it has been like scattered throughout the day. Okay. We are going to be doing African savanna elephants. I may not stay very long. My phone has been acting up. So Right now it's at 46. I don't know what's going on with it. Yeah, but it wasn't storming yesterday. So okay. This was not planned either, okay? So maybe it was planned a little bit, but not like a whole lot of thought. Okay, Frog 2000. We are talking about the third African animal in a long list of African animals that it seems like we've had. We've had 3. Today we're going to be glancing at the African bush elephant. The African savanna or bush elephant used to live in 37, I know that's 7, but whatever. 37 countries in Africa. Sadly, they have dropped to only being in 23 countries. Elephant herds are led by a matriarch, usually an older female. Guys, I can't do this. That light is killing me. Anyway, bulls only come around when a female is in heat and estrus, when it's time to mate. A herd may consist of around 10 adult females. Could be less, could be more. And of course, their calves. Elephants feed on a mixture of foods, including tree bark, fruit, and grasses. And of course, tree leaves. Elephants maintain a healthy savanna and healthy open woodlands by reducing tree density. Because if there's too many trees, you no longer have an savanna and you no longer have an open woodlands, you have a woodlands. And so by keeping it open, they allow many plants and animals to survive that otherwise could not survive in a forest setting. Males will reach 13,000 pounds. While the females reach 6,000 pounds, or I'm sorry, 6,600 pounds. And when it comes to height, savanna elephant males reach 10 feet at the shoulder, while the females reach 9.5 feet at the shoulder. Females once mated will have a 24 month gestation period. Basically, yeah. So once mated, females will go through a 22-month gestation period, after which they will have at least one calf. However, they can have twins. Rarely, but they can have twins. And they live for close to 7 years. Sorry, guys. They can live for more than 70 years. Or, no, they can live for 70 years. I am sorry, when I get a headache, it affects a lot. Conservation status is endangered. Population trend is decreasing. Number of mature animals. It's around 400,000. Around that. Threats to this animal, the biggest one is going to be poaching. They are also threatened by habitat destruction, human-animal conflicts, as well as drought. There are supposedly 34 zoos in the United States that house these animals. However, zoos have been getting rid of their elephants. So I don't know if this list is actually real or not. But some of those zoos include the Topeka Zoo, the Henry Dorley Zoo, the Memphis Zoo, Jacksonville Zoo, Indianapolis Zoo, Atlanta Zoo, Miami Zoo, and those are just some of them. Brookfield Zoo in Chicago is talking about getting them back, but it's probably not going to be for a few more years now. As far as what's being done to protect them, they were added to CITES in 1989, back when all African elephants were one species. We now know there's at least 2 species. Zoos are getting rid of them mainly because of space. It takes a lot of space and a lot of food to house these guys. And so a lot of zoos have just stepped back and they're sending them to other zoos within the United States that have bigger facilities. Other zoos within the United States the idea just being that the zoos are so instead of having zoos all over the place with their own elephant herd, they're sending them to zoos that have bigger exhibit areas. Even some of the zoos in Canada are doing this. In some places, in order to maintain the herds and keep them at a manageable number, the parks departments go in and they basically hunt the animals, and then that meat is then passed out to villages. They even have orphanages set up so that if a female does lose her calf or mother dies and there's nobody to take care of the calf, there is a place that they can be taken to where they can be raised up and then hopefully released back into the wild. In some places, the park rangers are trained to carry basically military-grade weapons in order to defend the elephants because the poachers are armed with military-grade weapons as well. So there is a lot being done to help them. One of the problems that they face is there's 23 different countries with 23 different governments, 23 different leaders and 23 potentially different ways of conserving the elephant. And that creates problems as well. The hunting of the elephants is a little bit controversial, but I think it works. I would rather see them go in and hunt and then spread out that food amongst the people rather than I would to see elephants starving not only themselves but other animals as well. They do, depending upon the season. And that's where having some type of animal corridor would be really nice. I don't know if there's plans on reestablishing lost populations or not. I do know that many countries have banned ivory, but it's black market, and so who really knows for sure what's going on there that way? I would think so. Yes, they do allow elephants to cross. So that's a good thing. Hi, Sheldon. About 3/4 of African savanna elephants cross international borders, so there's a lot of them that do it. I'm gonna end up not getting a video out tonight again. I may have to do another visit with Ellie tomorrow. Yeah, I know. That's what I keep telling myself anyway. I hate to do it though. because my watch time hour slipped. We're down to 199. Luckily, it's just the watch time hours. Oh, yeah, it's been here off and on. No, because it just started. I think it's the light. Actually, not just started, but it was building. Carry me through. It's been building. And I don't like taking aspirin. But I might have to. In my case, it's the light. But I am stressing a bit more than usual, so I don't know what we have. We have something. I'll end up taking something and having a glass of water. Yeah, I was out with the dogs for a little bit today. I snuck out to check my wildflowers. I'll have not one, but two stalks of Eastern Columbine this year. So I'll have two things of flowers. I wanted so badly to give my mom Columbine. Her grandma used to have them. Excuse me, back in Utah. Not the eastern variety, but so yeah. I was telling Marie and Carry Me Through that my robin has not been on his nest pretty much all day. But I think there might be a baby. I'm not sure. I'm hoping he hasn't abandoned the nest. That's my hope anyway. I may end up doing 3 videos tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Because I thought I saw 2 earlier when I had my binoculars out last week or whatever. It takes 12 to 14 days for them to hatch. So I would think sometime this week would be I'm worried that if he's not there and there is a baby, I have no way to incubate. So, yeah. And I don't know of any other nests that I might be able to, quietly put that baby into it. But he's been really good about being on the nest, so probably because the female died. That would be my best guess. And they do sometimes share incubation. Yeah, that's the only reason I could think of. Yes. And it's really not a good location to begin with. Um so that's the light. And the door that you see is the garage door. And you can see the nest on the light, so it's a little sketchy. But I don't know. If I don't see him, yeah, now the nest is still there. The problem is we go in and out of the garage. I may have my brother come down or one of my nephews and see if they can see into the nest. That's a possibility, but I don't think so. I'll go out and check. I'll go out and check after live. I think the door's been shut all day. So I don't have a selfie stick. I just don't want. No, I said he wasn't there today. I haven't seen him today. I saw him yesterday. And if I did say that I didn't see him yesterday, then I didn't mean to. But I don't remember seeing him today at all. But if there's a hatchling, he's going to be coming and going up the nest pretty much all day. Because the baby will have to be fed. And I did see robins while I was out, so it's possible he's still out there. But then again, I don't know if we have other nests around the yard either, so. Because I can hear one now talking. I'm sorry, guys, this light's bugging me. Yeah, I'm going to look and see. I haven't put a thing of water out. No, I know, Marie. I'm not gonna. I'm done at the computer. I'm probably gonna take a lesson from my dad and lay down. And then when it's past, I'll get up and put on my other glasses and work some more. Yep, I need to figure out some personal stuff. No, they do not. That is true. And a lot of it is the glare. No. Nope. The new glasses are kicking that out of the way. What's nice is I don't have to worry about the lights in my room. I can just go to bed. It usually doesn't bother me though. But the headache is any light when you have a migraine is bad. I mean, you tell me a light that is your friend when you have a migraine. I've decided to do 2 topics for each exploring nature. That way it goes a little bit longer. I just cover up in blankets and do my best to keep the sun out. But I haven't had a migraine in months. Ah, yeah, because you're looking for the wrench. My problem is so far, carry me through. Hardly has to use her finger to kick people out on this channel. Now that I've said that, you haven't done anything wrong. But I'm afraid that there's going to come a point when did I think around 500 subscribers? Um, for one thing, I restrict this channel It's age restricted for the lives. I did that on purpose. Yep. Yep. You have to be I'm pretty sure you have to be at least 18. On the other channel, it does badly. That's why I have 3 moderators. But the other moderator has a lot going on. Because I saw what happens on the other channel. And I'm not saying that adults can't be bad and obnoxious, but so far we don't have the issues that the other live does. I don't mind the kids. But for whatever reason, well, it's I believe in order to get into live you have to be 18 plus. I could be wrong. I was telling Carry Me Through today that I was looking up pictures for snakes. Well, my thing is, if you're teenagers and you're talking like that, wow. One of my nephews, he has younger kids, and the youngest, well, no, not the youngest, but second to the youngest, they're not even allowed on YouTube. Not even on kids' YouTube. Thank you, Sheldon. It's still not as good as the first one. I agree. I agree, Marie. that needs to be colored in. The little guy that I used to babysit, he can work an iPad or a tablet. I don't know when I got my first computer. But I remember being on being on AOL, and I remember getting to chat with the guy that wrote Lost Boy or A Child Called It. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That's sort of what got me. I don't know when I started YouTube, though. I don't like drawing animals. Yeah. And there are other books that he's written. I wish I could get him. I wish in some ways that I could write like him. But yeah. The last book, because there's his time as a child, and he's telling you about what mom did to him. The second book is teenager, so about him being rescued. The last book, is very much him dealing with marriage and his kid, and facing off with mom. He finds out that when he left, that mom started on the other brothers, or other brother. Very, very twisted woman. It's a good read. You find out that mom is way more I don't know what the word for it is. I stopped reading them It just got to a point where it was too much. Well, this lady, I'm trying to think. She made him hold his hands in bleach. Burned his hands, I believe. Tried to asphyxiate him on fumes. Yeah. She was the first case of it was bad. I think my books are in the pretty sure my books are in the garage. She was not well. She was not well. But guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thank you for coming in. I love y'all. Buy the book if you can find it. Thank you. Love y'all. I will talk to you later. Thank you, Sheldon, for coming in. Thank you, Marie, for coming in. Thank you, Carry Me Through, for coming in. I will talk to you later. Bye bye.